guys, Redneck Mini 14 here with another gun review, and this is probably the last gun review I'm going to be doing for at least a while, simply because this is probably the last gun I'm going to buy until I go off to college, and then probably even through college for the next 2 years. So this is probably the last gun review you'll see for about 2 years, but we'll see. Anyway, this is a Mossberg 500. Now this is a an all-purpose model, 12 gauge, and I used to have a Maverick 88, which is basically the same gun, only with a trigger-mounted safety and pinned forend, and those are basically the only differences. And that one was also a security model with a 7 round tube and a 20-inch barrel, and it had a synthetic stock. This one has a wood stock. But anyway, I sold that gun simply because I wanted a shotgun that I could go turkey hunting with, and there really wasn't any way to get my Maverick set up for turkey hunting, because with the way the Mossberg is set up with the tube, the only barrels that you can really get for the Mossberg 500 or Maverick are for a 5-round tube, and when you have a 7-round tube, you really can't get a different barrel to get with a choke system put in it, and to switch out both the tube and the barrel would be just too much money to put in it, more than the gun is even worth, and to modify the barrel would probably also be too much work and too much money to put into it. So I sold it. I sold it to Wolf Commando 95, so you'll probably still see that shotgun around. But I no longer have it. I sold it for $200. I gave him the gun and 3 boxes of shells. But anyway, I don't have that gun anymore, and I got this gun today. I bought it for the Walmart price is $267 for this model, and I did my little discount card, and I ended up spending like $261 and some change. So not too bad. There are a few things about this particular shotgun that I will mention having to do with quality control, but because there is some talk about Mossberg's quality control with their shotguns, but it's really nothing that really matters too much, and nothing really that I ultimately blame Mossberg for, but they are still worth mentioning. So anyway, let's get to the review. Like I said, this is the all-purpose model. It has a 28-inch barrel, and the barrel is ported right here on both sides. It has a rib. I'm not exactly sure the dimension of the rib, but it goes all down the barrel, and it has a double bead. You have one bead in the front and one in the middle. By the way, let's show you that this gun is empty. Wood furniture, and by the way, I will be replacing the forend and stock with something else, with a stock set that I have in another video, and I'll do a video on how to switch out the stock and forend as well. But this is just the basic wood. I'm not a huge fan of the new style, but it's not too bad. One thing is this forend is chipped right here, Now I'm not really going to blame Mossberg on that because, you know, these guns get handled quite a bit between leaving the factory and when you purchase it, simply because, you know, people want to take them out, look at them, and you know, a chip here or there, it's not necessarily the manufacturer's fault. And of course, here's the stock. Again, you know, you have checkering here. I guess this is pressed checkering. I'm not really sure if it's pressed or cut, but whatever. And nice rubber recoil pad. Another thing to note about this shotgun, the recoil pad, you know, it's rubber. It looks kind of dry rotted. And let's see here. Try to get a good view of this. See right here, it looks kind of like it's dry rotted, or, you know, it's kind of dried out. Now, being that I'm going to switch out the stock anyway, that's not really a big deal. So I'm not really too worried about it. Let's see here. It has a gold plated trigger, which I think is pretty cool. Safety's on the tang. Black is safe, and red is fire, of course. That's one of the ergonomical advantages, I think, that the Mossberg has over the Remington or Winchester or you know, most other shotguns. The release for the pump is right here. Just push in, and it releases it. Again, I think that is an ergonomical advantage as well. The Mossberg 500 is chambered for 2 3/4 and 3-inch shells, so you can use 3-inch shells in it. If you want to go 3.5-inch, you got to go get like an 835 or a 535, which is basically the same gun. And I don't even know what the difference is between the 835 and the 535. So if anybody knows the difference between those two shotguns, please leave it in the comments below. But you know, I don't know what the difference is. Alright, and of course, you can take the barrel off by pulling the slide back halfway, and you come over here and you loosen this nut right here, and you just pull the barrel off. Again, 28-inch barrel, ported, and it has an Accu choke in it. I'll show you that in a minute. Good for skeet shooting, good for bird hunting, like duck or goose, or, you know, whatever kind of birds you want to hunt. And of course, if you want to use it for hunting, you have to use this plug that comes in it. This is a 3-shot plug, and it reduces the capacity of your shotgun to 5 rounds. I'm just going to leave this in here for now so I don't lose it. But when it comes to skeet shooting and just shooting for fun, I'm going to keep it in there. Now I'm going to leave the barrel off for a minute. I'm going to show you the Accu choke. It comes with 3 chokes. Improved cylinder, modified, and full. The choke that's in it is the modified. That's what comes with it, or it comes in the barrel when you buy it. And this is the improved cylinder, and they're marked. You probably can't see it on camera. And then this is the full. And they just come in this little bag. And of course, here's your choke wrench. It's got the Mossberg logo on it. Now, one other thing I wanted to mention was that the gun is supposed to come with an extra sling swivel stud that you just screw in right here. I looked all over in the box and with the paperwork and everything. I couldn't find it, so mine probably got lost. However, that's really not a big deal because I don't plan on putting a sling on this. you know, the stock actually doesn't even have a place for a sling, which is interesting. I always thought they did come with one. And the stock that I'm going to put on it doesn't have a sling swivel stud either. So probably not going to put a sling on it anyway. Anyway, let's show you this choke tube system. So you just put the wrench in like this, and you turn. I totally missed the notches. There we go. By the way, this is not the best choke wrench to use on this, but it works. And once you get it out so far, you can just loosen it up like this. And by the way, I did mention that I wanted to use this for turkey hunting, so I probably should have grabbed it and put it down here as well. But I do have a turkey choke that will work in this. And see, here's the modified choke. Now the last thing that I want to mention about the quality control thing, and this is really the only big thing, is when I took the choke tube out, it had rust. It had just a little bit of rust, like a streak of rust inside, probably from just sitting too long without being taken care of. I don't know how old this gun really is, but I sprayed some I sprayed some rem oil in there and took a little piece of steel wool, and I rubbed it around, got all the rust out from outside or from inside it, and then there was a little bit of rust on the outside. I took care of that as well. I ran some oil in through the bore of the shotgun, and I didn't really see any rust. I didn't see any rust come out of it. And so the barrel, I think, did not have any rust in it. I think it was just the choke tube, which is good because I plan on getting 2 extra barrels for this, an 18.5-inch barrel, cylinder bore, and a 20-inch barrel with the AccuChoke system. So, I'll have an extra set of chokes to put in this once I get everything that I want for this shotgun. Let's see here. Again, this is not the best choke tube, or choke tube wrench, rather. But it does work. It just, it slips a lot. It's kind of hard to tell when the wrench is actually in the slots. Anyway, I guess that's good. So let's put the barrel back in. And it works best if the pump handle, the fore-end, is only halfway down. With my Maverick, it didn't really matter. Just, push it up like this and screw the nut back into the tube until it stops. And your barrel is back on. Now let me just grab the choke that I bought for this. I bought this True Glow Gobbler Stopper choke, and it works for Winchester 1200, 1300, 1400, Browning, H&R, Maverick 88, and Mossberg 500, 535. All the Mossberg guns, and it's a turkey choke, and it has, it sticks out about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches from the barrel. I'll do a separate video on this, and it also has a holes for like a compensator to reduce recoil. And it also has some True Glow sights that they stick on with double-sided tape. I'm not going to use those. I'm actually going to use a different set of, just a different front sight. I'm not even going to use a back sight. But I'll do that in another video when I get the barrel that I want to use these on, and basically what I'm going to do with this gun is I'm going to make it into a 3 guns in 1. I'm going to have this the 28-inch barrel. That's going to be my skeet shooting barrel, and maybe my duck hunting barrel, but I probably won't even use this for hunting other than turkeys. I'm going to have a 20-inch barrel. I'm going to put the turkey choke in it and put a fiber optic sight on the end, and use that as my turkey hunting barrel. And then I'm going to have an 18.5-inch barrel, which is the cylinder bore, and that's going to be the barrel that I keep in it when it's just sitting around the house, and that's going to be my home defense barrel. So this is basically going to be my go-to shotgun for just about anything. At least, while I'm, young and poor. I'll probably get a bunch of other shotguns later on, but this is going to be kind of my all-purpose shotgun that I'm going to use. And it seems to be a good shotgun so far. I'll do videos with changing the stock, and when I get different barrels, and I'll do videos with the turkey choke and all that. And I'll do skeet shooting skeet shooting videos, and just regular shooting videos with double-aught buckshot, maybe some slugs. There's a lot in store for this shotgun in the future. So, you'll see a lot of it. Anyway, that's all I really had for this review. Subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm Redneck Mini 14, and until next time, be safe.